Hello, and welcome to a word of hope for Friday in the sixth week of Ordinary Time. My name is Father Jordan DeGuire, and I'm here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today in the Gospel, we pick up with a scene that's already in progress. Jesus yesterday was revealed as the Christ, confessed by St. Peter, and then told his disciples that as the Christ, he's going to suffer and die, and then on the third day be raised. Now he tells them they're going to have to suffer and die too. If anyone would follow after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. We tend to use this phrase, taking up your cross or bearing your cross, in a metaphorical sense, right? Crosses are all these sufferings and things that we have to bear in life. Jesus means it more than metaphorically. This is a culture that knows crucifixion. Everyone he's speaking to has seen a crucifixion happen. He's just said that he's going to literally die. And now he's saying that his disciples want to follow him. They too must be willing to take up their cross, follow him. They too must be willing to die for him. Who would follow? Who would go with him? And so he goes on to explain why it's worth it, that it is worth it. He says, anyone who would save his life will lose it. But anyone who loses his life for Jesus' sake, for the sake of the gospel, will find it. It sounds like a riddle, right? Or a paradox. Saving life will lead to losing it. Losing life will lead to saving it. It invites us to ask, what is true life? What is true death? Is life just the life here and now that we experience in the body? Or is there something more? Is death just the loss of that bodily life? Or is there a deeper, more profound kind of death? Then Jesus promises that there is a life to come, a life beyond just this ordinary life. That in taking up our cross and following him, we're led to the life of heaven, the life of the new world to come. That our lives, if we follow Christ, don't have to end in death, or at least that physical death doesn't have to be the final word. Because there's a true life beyond this life, true world beyond this world. Most of us won't have to face execution for our faith in Christ. Most of us aren't literally going to be put to death like those first apostles were. But what are you being called to sacrifice for your faith in Christ? Maybe it's time, wealth, maybe it's possessions or influence, a reputation. Whatever it is, Jesus promises that the sacrifice is worth it because he's worth it. Whoever would save his life, preserve his life in this world, will lose it. But whoever loses his life for Jesus' sake, for the sake of the gospel, will find it. For in Jesus and in his kingdom is where we find true life.